I want to do a tier list for all of the new Fall Guys levels. We're not ending yet. We're just going to get this tier list done. We take a look here. I have a tier list for every level on Fall Guys. I want to grade these based off of a couple of factors. It's going to be how fun it is for me and how happy I am seeing it in a tournament. Those are like my two requirements. And I know those two might clash, but there are certain rounds that if I have a really good round, I don't actually get mad at it. Okay, so with that being said, I think we're gonna start with Dizzy Heights here. So, I'd say, as it's one of the first levels that came out in the game, what I wish that Disney Heights had was not having the spinners consistently go the same way, because then it's really everybody's going the same spot, and it becomes a big, like, desync tornado. So, if the spinners had a little bit more of, like, a variable aspect, I think it would be a lot more enjoyable in a tournament setting. As a level, casually, it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think putting it in B is fine. Now, actually, you know what? I already need another tier. I already need another tier here. Yeah. Alright. Okay. There we go. I hate Fall Ball. I hate Fall Ball. I don't want to see it in a tournament, and I don't want to see it in any of my games. I'm going to be honest. You're going to see that consistently with these rounds, that I just don't like the sports rounds. Or team games. Now, Perfect Match. Here's the thing. Vanilla Perfect Match is a D. Perfect Deathmatch is an A. Perfect Match with the Roomba is like a C. So if you average that, Perfect Match is a C, I guess. But it's such a diverse level with the differences that it has that it's hard to, you know, put it in like a definitive category in itself. Egg Scramble. It's a team game. Get it out of here. Hit Parade. I would put a little bit higher of a round than Dizzy Heights. I think I enjoy that one more. Gate Crash is kind of boring, very quick. It's not as exciting. And in a tournament setting, there's very little potential for it to be anything good going on. Probably a C. DoorDash, D. D for DoorDash, D for RNG. Get rid of the RNG. I really dislike Rock and Roll. I've not liked that round whatsoever. Fruit Shoot? Fruit Shoot's interesting, because they just added the new variant for Fruit Shoot, and because they added the new variant, it makes Fruit Shoot worse and more inconsistent. As a whole, Fruit Shoot probably sits at like at the highest of C's right now. We got Jump Club next. Solid A. I don't think there's anything gross about Jump Club. I don't think anybody truly hates this level. And it's fun for tournaments. Now, this is the only team game that I tolerate because I like going through the hoops. And I think the addition of hex tiles on the level really makes my ADD very happy. So, it's a good team game. Jinxed. Get it out of here. So, Rollout is interesting because Rollout casually is like a solid B. Rollout competitively, though, everybody is so scared to make a move that it always times out. And so because of that, I feel like I have to put it in low C. Speaking of C, Seesaw. Not the most enjoyable level, especially in like a casual environment. People tilt you, and it's not great. Now, Block Party kind of hits the same way that Perfect Match does. you have an original block party, and it's boring as hell. But you add the difficult block parties, all of a sudden it becomes a very spicy round. So I think I'm comfortable with it in B right now. We got Whirligig, probably one of my favorite races from Season 1. I don't think that the level itself is the worst to get in a custom tournament. And I don't think that it is... Like, there's some desync moments, but otherwise I think it's a fun level. And depending on the variant, there is comeback potential, which is good. I'm gonna put it in A. I think I'm comfortable with it in A. Slime Climb. Easy S. Fun for me in a tournament or casual play. One of my favorite levels. In fact, I'm just gonna be safe ahead of time, and we're just gonna make an S+ category because I think I would rather it be an S+. Hoarders. No one wants hoarders. If you like hoarders, you're part of the problem. Tiptoe. So, Tiptoe is interesting in the sense that you can learn it and you can understand a little bit of it, but at the end of the day, everybody's so scared on it that nobody wants to make the decision, and then it becomes like a big, like, decent cluster. I think Tiptoe has to be in C tier right now. Big fans. B for big fans. It's fun. Their variants are always good. I know it's frustrating for newer people, but I like it, and I think it's fine in tournaments. Hoopsie Heroes. I love it. I love the Hoops games. Even in a tournament, I don't mind seeing that round. Night Fever is a solid A for me. I put it like right here for A tier. I think it's got fun variants, good levels, and I never ugh when I see it, you know what I mean? However, this next level, Egg Siege, or as we like to call it, Egg Sag, because that's what it makes me feel when I see it. It makes me feel Sag. I don't want to see it. Get out of here. Now, I think Roll On was supposed to be a Season 2 level, but it came out later on. But I'm going to put it in, like, B. I think it's fine. I think when you know how to do it casually, it's very boring. But it still adds, like, a little bit of spice to it. And when you get an extreme, it's very vicious. Skiffall. I think it was a good level when it came out. Over time, it's lost a little bit of its luster for me. And in competitive tournaments, one bad mistake and you're out. So I'm going to put it in the B tier for now. Freezy Peak, easy S. Has good variants, has a skill cap, difficult things to do, fun skips that are still in the game. It's just a satisfying round at run. It was originally supposed to be a final, and it shows in what you have to do. Penguin, it's a team game. Snowball Survival, I used to dread seeing. I enjoy it. I think it's a good survival round. Maybe like high B. This is just worse rock and roll. Snowy Scrap is just worse rock and roll. And you can't convince me otherwise. Oh, I missed Tail Tag and Team Tail Tag. Yeah. Tail games suck. Remove them from the game. There's a reason I miss them. And it's because I choose to forget they exist. Tundra Run. I think Tundra Run is a solid, like, low A. Fun race, fun variant. In customs, the only complaint that I have Our flippers are the bane of my existence. And so I have, like, trauma from that. Okay. Now we're getting into the first season of space levels. So, Skyline Stumble, I think is like the first season where they really were like, we're gonna make a race level where we take every single new thing we add and make a smorgasbord of that into a level. But it works. Like, I never hate seeing it. It's fun, and I think it was the first time that they did something where they just took, like, Night Fever kind of starts that, but they took it to the extreme with Skyline Stumble. Big shots. How about a big F, because it's a snooze fest. Not fun in tournaments, not fun casually. Hoverboard Heroes, really enjoyable, no matter what I play it in. Alright, we need another new category for this next one, though. We're to call this one Super F. And Super F for, you know, the best game ever. And I couldn't even tell you the name of it off the top of my head, because I absolutely hate it that much. It's the battery game, it's Splatoon, but a garbage version of Splatoon. Short Circuit? Power Trip? Yeah, that was the name. It was Power Trip. Short Circuit. It's probably low B. I've had traumatic experiences with this round in tournaments, and I can't put it higher than that otherwise. I appreciate the Mario Kart aspect of it, though. Slime Scraper. Same reason as Slime Climb. S+. Very, very good level. Very fun level. Button Bashers. Controversially, I love Button Bashers. I had one during Rivals the other day, and I had so much fun playing that in a competitive environment. Legitimately, I had a lot of fun with that. Basketball. I think these are some of the worst team games that they've made. I don't want to see it in my games. And I will stand by that. Okay? That's all of the original space levels. Now we're in Jungle. So, to start, Lily Leapers. S tier. Super fun. When you watch somebody who knows what they're doing, it is so satisfying to watch. Can't complain about it. Let's do Bubble Trouble. Haven't seen it in a while, and honestly, I'm kind of glad about it. It's one of the most stressful hunt games, and for good reason. Now, I'm just going to drop it where it belongs. Rhinos, Super F. I never want to see this level, let alone in a tournament. Everybody who has competed has lost a game on that. Also, I missed Wall Guys from an earlier season. I'd say Wall Guys is A for me. Low A. I like Wall Guys. Has skill expression, can go fast. Tournament's a little stressful, but I don't mind it. We got Penguin Pool Party. Another D tier round. Another hunt one. Honestly, I think the Jungle season, worst season that they came out with games. Some Fruit is super boring. The only saving grace are their race levels, which Treetop is like a mid-B for me. It's fun. Lily Leapers is good, but like these 4 levels, I'm content never seeing. Okay, now we have the party season. First off, that's when Sweet Thieves came out. I hate Sweet Thieves, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's boring. I hate that it's its own game mode. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't care for it in the slightest. Party Promenade, I'm getting very bored of seeing Party Promenade. So because of that, it has to go into C. Full Tilt, same thing as well. I do a lot of challenges on stream, and because I do these challenges, I feel like I run into those two levels so much that I am just like, please show me something else. Pipe Dream, I'd say is like a low B for me. It's fun. I appreciate the variance and the skill of being able to read the pipes quickly if you know what path you want to go. We got Airtime is a D. And the reason Airtime is a D is because it's easy and boring and stressful in a tournament all at the same time. And because Leading Light is an F. I hate Leading Light. I know anytime I see it in a tournament, it'll be absolutely atrocious. And I don't want to experience it. Don't make me see Leading Light. Okay. As for that, now we're already in the first free-to-play season, which has your track attack right here, which I think is a solid A tier. Adding the speed rings always makes these levels fun. I really enjoy them, and while desync can be a little bit of a factor, I don't think it's enough to ruin it in tournament experience for me. Speed Circuit is a better version of Short Circuit for me. I love being able to have like really clean runs through the rings, and it's a very satisfying race when you do everything like flawlessly. A Volleyfall, Super F, get it out of here. Again, sports games, not fun in this game. The ball physics, atrocious. I don't want to deal with it. Bounce Time is a D. It's really rough, especially in a competitive tournament, or even in like just solo show. Desync is such a bad factor there on that level. The Sonic round, I'm gonna be honest, I had zero care to play. I didn't even play it at all. I'm just gonna throw it in C just so that it has a spot there. You hate track attack because of the choke points? The choke points? Like, between where the hammer and the, like, walls are? Because if so, I can understand that, but I wouldn't say it's an F tier race for that reason. It got old immediately, like the Sonic game. I think that's fair. The narrow up path? Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, so we have the Swiveler. Now, this might be another controversial opinion. I really like the Swiveler. I think it's a fun, even though it's like a stress, it's a fun stress. Even in like a competitive tournament. I think it's probably one of their better, if not the best survival round that they came out with. Good job on that. Alright, now we're already into the newest season levels. And then obviously, in case you haven't noticed, I saved all the finals for last. So, I'll do all the finals at the end. Let's start off with Space Race, which is this image here. I don't know why it's this image, but I'm gonna be honest, I think Space Race is just boring. Like, there's nothing really going on with it that makes it exciting for me. There's, like, some speed paths, but it's just boring. I don't know. And, like, Cosmic Highway is a worse version for it. Because, like, Cosmic Highway is just a different version of Big Fans. And I feel like, I don't know, though. Maybe I like Cosmic Highway better. It's hard to gauge. They're kind of near each other. Now, is this Frantic Frontier? It's the new button game. I can't ever remember the name because there's alliteration with it. I know it's Frantic... Maybe it's Frantic Factory. I think it's Frantic Factory. Frantic Factory is gonna be like a mid-C for me. It's not as good as Button Bashers, but it's still... I still like the button games. And in a tournament, it's gonna be a little bit stressful and hectic, and I worry about that going into any environment like that. Star Chart? I'm gonna put it in C. I'm gonna put it in high C. My issue with Star Chart is the meteor physics are kind of garbage. And if they could, like, optimize the Meteor's physics a little bit more, I think it would be a fine race in itself. I appreciate the different aspect of it, and I like the uniqueness. I just think the Meteor collision is way too rough to deal with, especially in, like, a tournament. Hyperdrive Heroes is another S tier. I think Hyperdrive is, just like Hoverboard, a lot of fun. A little bit more involved, but I appreciate how wild it is with, like, how much you have to do, you know what I mean? And I think that that's a fun aspect for me. Now, we got Pixel Painters. I think Pixel Painters is honestly not as bad as what people think. If you can get it in solo, I would like it. Duos, it's fine. Squads, it is atrocious. And until they patch out the exploit, I think that it has to stay in C. Okay, so we made it to the finals. These are the last parts here. So let's just go in order of the seasons that they came out with. Fall Mountain. I'm gonna be honest. I've gone on record numerous times talking about why I don't like Fall Mountain. And part of it is it feels too short to feel like it's a good final. I want a final that if it's a race, it's not gonna last 30 seconds. I want a culmination of all the work that I did to not end in the blink of an eye. And so that's my biggest gripe about that level. Royal Fumble. I've posted videos about how I literally can go to sleep in Royal Fumble. It's a tail game. A tail game as a final, nonetheless. Yeeted it into the sun for all I care. Hexagon. S+. You're going to see something consistent with the hexes, and that they have a ton of skill expression. I love them, and they're some of my favorite rounds. Now we go into Jump Showdown. Also up here. This is literally the level that I've made my name on. Like, I got known for my Jump Showdown play. This is what I'm known for, and I love being able to play on it. Thin Ice. Another good final. I'm going to put it up here. Ice physics have a lot of potential, and I really enjoy being able to, like, min-max my movement on that level. And so the only gripe that I have about it, which I think actually puts it into S, is going to be the pyramid one, where it's like 3 tiles in the middle, then 2, and then 1 on the outside. That one becomes a lot more RNG, and I dislike that. Okay, we have roll off on whatever the final one is. I can never remember the names. It's a C. I don't dislike seeing it. It's like right in the middle for me, personally. Lost Temple. Send it into the sun. No final should be an RNG-based final. No final should be RNG-based final. Say it with me. Alright, Blast Ball is a C. I like the idea of it in a casual environment, but the bomb's explosions being so inconsistent cause it to have issues and frustration. Hexa Ring, S+. They somehow turned Hexagon into this, like, even more intense final with a different form of skill expression that I really like. Hexaterrestrial is an S. It's not up to the same level as them because it's newer, but I really appreciate the potential, and I've had some really exciting Hexaterrestrial rounds. And Tiptoe Finale. The unique thing about Tiptoe Finale is it's the only final that you can only get in duos and squads. You can't get the solo, as far as I'm aware. But because of that, it's honestly not bad. I actually enjoy it in duos and squads. Mainly because it's not everybody fighting in the same spot, and you space everybody out. I think it's good. So yeah, I think that's my list. If we do a quick zoom out here, I think that's a pretty good list. I'm happy with it. So yeah, I think that's every new game of Fall Guys, or new and old game of Fall Guys. And that's how I'd rate them based off of my enjoyment of them and how likely I am to be happy seeing them. If you want to go make your own, be sure to send them in the Discord, post them in the, video down below.